you paint some expensive stuff.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'll get you a Black Sun bust. Like 90 quid, but they are beautiful.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks.
Well, I know you technically didn't pay it, but you've got a squig to paint.
I do have a squig, and I keep looking at it like, oh no.
It's gonna be good, man.
My wife's, when he started that, and I'm like,
just open it, man. Go for it. Can't bugger it.
I'm going the colour of the squig at the moment. It's.
You're gonna do the pink.
Yeah, I'll have to do the pink.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Which brings us tidily, obviously, to what this podcast is about.
Squigs.
Yeah. No, it's not squigs.
Okay.
You know what? It's about our visit to Warhammer World. What we thought, and we managed to get in and out, ladies and gentlemen, without being arrested, which was good.
We did.
Didn't even smash anything up.
No, some of us got out easier than others. Some of us were like, let the displays alone, Crafty. You cannot take it with you.
Yeah, but there was that one orc one, and I was like, I want to take that. That's dope. That's really good. I'd have that in my front room.
Yeah.
With the submarine and everything, that was clever, man. Annoyingly, before we start this review of Warhammer World, we weren't allowed to take pictures to share on the internet.
No. So you have to use the power of imagination now.
Yeah. I'm going to try and find some of their official pictures and put them up for you in the podcast. But, okay, so just a general bit unassuming when you walk up to it, first of all. Not what I was expecting.
No, if you couldn't see the giant Aquillas or the tank outside, it would look like any industrial sort of. They could be making car tires for all you know for inside the building, you know.
So yeah, it's tucked away on this industrial estate. When you pull in, like Welsh says, there's not much. And then just over at the one side, there's a big blue rhino and an old Space Marine, but that's like as big as me on a plinth,
which is pretty big.
Yeah, and that's when you go, oh, that's Warhammer World. But the outside is very, very unassuming.
Apart from all the Audis and BMWs and the and the Porsches and what
Teslas,
have you.
Yeah, there's some money there.
Apart from that, you would never guess it.
But yeah, so you go in. Lovely guy on the till, really helpful. Explained everything how we go around the exhibition centre. The ticket price, I didn't think it was that bad, really.
No.
And that was my first reaction as well. I was expecting like 30-40 quid, but 17.50 I think it was per ticket. That's all right. And then it was like, and then also after doing it and coming out, I still think that's a good price.
Yeah, I think the price is about right, to be honest. Especially it would be a pretty decent deal if you were using more of the facilities than we did. But
yeah, because there's a big gaming hall. You've got Bugman's Bar, which we did pop in and get a couple of cans of pop and stuff. But yeah, and then you got all these exhibitions. So there's like I can't remember the layout now. So it was, you had a 40k bit, a Sigmar Warhammer Old World bit, a Lord of the Rings bit, some of their old games that are with some of the cooler miniatures in, and then this one thing that really I just couldn't get my head around. So when you walk in, there's this beautiful display of the Battle of Pelennor Fields from Lord of the Rings, that was cool. Well, the first thing I saw, and I was like, oh wow, okay, this is a small display for them as well.
Pelennor Fields.
Yeah, so Pelennor Fields is, I think it was about 3 foot by 3 foot table, a lot of miniatures. And going back to what we were just saying about armies, when you look at it as a whole, you go, oh wow. And if you want to be picky and go right in, you notice there's a lot of dry brushing and the undersides haven't been painted fully, but who cares? But it's the whole ensemble, which looks really cool. And then there's like a little shop bit, because if you just want to go in and grab something.
The paint jobs on that one, were nice. In the overall scheme of it, they were nice. Yeah. But you could see, it was very much, it was speed painted. You could tell, it wasn't taken. They didn't take years to paint the miniatures. They took weeks by the looks. It was, but it was nice.
And a little thing that runs through all of the displays is that they did this really cool thing where some of the groups would be all glued together really close. So almost like you could just bash over the top, whatever colour, pick out a few details, done. Which makes it sound like it's not going to be as visually pleasing, but it still look good as well.
Yeah. It looked like there was a shadow between the miniatures, like almost. So because they were so close together, marching in formation. But it worked. It worked really well.
And then the first sort of big one on that downstairs bit was this huge siege with some Tyranids and Space Marines. Yeah. And that itself, I was like, oh, that's because the height of it was as tall as me. So 6'4" It's huge, and it was like, wow, okay, this is the small stuff ready for the big displays that you're going to see. It was quite a nice little setup.
It was. And they did tell the story really well. You could look into the little nooks and crannies, and you could see little like individual battles going on between like a small unit or something. Which really very cool setups. And some of them made you feel like maybe you could actually do them yourself. Of course, that's the illusion that they want you to feel like you can do.
I mean, I don't have the space, but I would love to do a giant diorama. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Just to be like, that's the centerpiece when you walk in the house. What's that for? Just to look at.
It's in the centre of the dining table. We all have to eat around it.
Because there was a cool bit. There was like on that 40k one downstairs. There was like a frozen river, and I think it was you spotted it initially. It was the Gene Stealers were running up a wall, but you could see their heads bobbing out the water as if they're all scuttling under the ice.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, wow, that's such a cool little. It's a nice little thing.
Very creative people came up with the ideas of the things.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's where GW is great. Is the creative people behind the stuff, and they come up with these brilliant ideas. It's we're moving away from the marketing and the corporation. The creative stuff, it's just amazing looking. It does look so cool.
And they've got this again. They've got so much lore to fall back on. You can just do these cool little things as like this whole diorama is this one battle from this one book or whatever it might be.
Yeah, which is completely lost on me, obviously, because I know nothing about GW stuff. But even my wife, who has no interest in this sort of hobby part, loved it there. It was amazing.
Yeah, she's enjoying it.
And it was really nice actually, because I thought she was going to be bored stiff the whole time, but no, she was enjoying seeing like these these dioramas, because they told the story. I think regardless if you knew anything about GW or not, it told the story. Yeah,
definitely. One thing I was slightly annoyed at, and I'll caveat it with, it's because some of the models that I'm about to mention, they're dotted around in the other displays, but you get upstairs, there's this huge shop and this huge area where you can just play a game. And what surprised me, considering it was Warhammer World, there's clearly a lot of people locally who come and play games there. Because there's quite a few games going. I think there's only like 2-3 tables that weren't being used.
Yeah, and there was a good 15 tables maybe.
Yeah. And these were bloody long and really wide as well.
Yeah.
Loads of cool terrain, obviously from in-house, which is good. But there was this little, just around the side, as if you were going into the Bugman's Bar, there were 3 cabinets, and it was all the old stuff.
Yeah.
And that was it, and I was like, I expected like a cool historical...
That's 100% what I said to my wife as soon as we left the place was, I wish there'd been a bit more of a museum of Warhammer. Because it felt very much like, we sell all these things, you can buy these things. Oh, here's the things we used to do. It felt very much like that.
And that...
I don't know.
I completely agree, because it was just 3... tall cabinets about yay wide with shelves in, and there was cool things like original sprues and stuff, and it was fun, but it was just 3 cabinets. And then one of those was half filled with people's armies with more up-to-date sculpts and things. But the caveat, as I say, the caveat to that is, as we were going around, there was models that were really old that are within the sets, and you go, oh, okay, that model's from the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It would have been nice to have a room just, this is old GW.
Yeah. Maybe even do it like chronologically. This is our first few miniatures that we print, and go through it, because I think a lot of people would have liked to have seen that. Oh, this is, because like some people haven't been in the hobby quite as long as me and you, so to see some of the old stuff and see, oh my god, they used to make those miniatures. I think it's quite interesting for people. So Warhammer World.
If you do listen, get yourself one little section as well, a little CRT monitor, and just play trailers of your old computer games as well, because they're brilliant. Because it did tons of, and it just did surprise me a little bit that they weren't leaning into that.
And maybe old sort of like make an old advert for your old products. That would be quite funny too.
Yeah, man.
Get some cheesy kids sitting around the Hero Quest board, and
yeah. But yeah, so apart from that bit, we go through to the first exhibition, which I think was like Warhammer. I can't remember the order of it, and we won't go into detail on every single display. But that surprised me when I walked in.
Yeah.
Because from the outside, the building doesn't look that big, but it clearly goes. It's very deep, and just that first one, I was like, "Oh, this is quite big," and there's going to be bigger stuff as you go around as well, which was nice.
Yeah. I think one of my favourites might have been in that room. I think it was So it was a fantasy one, and there was loads of caves and what have you, and the people fighting up on the ground level, and then there was all the warrens, like with all the. I'm not quite sure what was happening, but I can't remember. Yeah, because
some of them had like so you'd have like your diorama, and then part of the bottom of the base they'd have cutaways, and you'd see all the tunnels. It was like mine shafts and stuff. It was good. It was good, man.
Yeah, that was a very clever way of doing it.
And it almost, even though there wasn't anything in particular, but it felt like a little bit of an egg hunt as well, because you'd look around and be like, oh look, there's a guy at the back here who's having a fight, and some of the kit bashing they'd done as well. There was one where I think it was the Sigmar battlefield, and you had this giant who's just grabbed hold of this I don't know what the Sigmar, it's the big flying bird thing, and just grabbed it around the neck, and it was all limp. And the fact that they've took time to do that was cool.
Yeah. Like I said, you could see that they were given a bit of a creative. They were allowed to go where their mind took them. I think, which isn't what you'd picture for GW these days. But obviously, when it comes to their displays and all, they seem to give their employees quite a lot of leeway in what they do.
I was slightly annoyed that there was no, or at least I couldn't see them, so if they are there, I apologise. But there was no attributed to this artist who'd done it, or these people. There was nothing like that, which is a shame, because that would have been nice to see. Oh, that guy worked on the one we've just come from.
Yeah, because then you could think, I like that guy's work because I like these two, so it would be quite good. But no, I don't think there was anything. No. There might have been some on the sort of the older ones. There might have been...
There were plaques on some, and it was like battle for whatever from the lore.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any artists.
No, I'm not sure if I did, to be honest.
But there was some cool stuff. Like there was one of the ones that stands out in my memory, and I wasn't particularly enamoured with it, but it just stands out. It was like a retro early 90s skeleton fortress with all the bones up on everything that looked like they'd all been hand carved out of green put or milli put or something, and then these skeleton heroes knocking about. That was pretty cool.
Okay, I can't even remember that one.
Because for me, I was looking at the individual bunnies and going, oh, that's cool, and enjoying that. But I was constantly like, I want to get to the 40k stuff, because that's my bread and butter.
Yeah, well, I was more trying to figure it out.
Yep.
I want to look at these fantasy things, because these are the things that interest me, obviously. So I would say, there we go. That's a good thing.
There's a lot of variety.
And you know, so there was variety that,
Yeah, a lot of variety. There was as well some stuff, and then again, this is why that going back to that they haven't done like an old Warhammer or where we've come from. But there was some models in there, and you were like, there's a group I remember, Small Chaos Warriors, that you were on about. You've seen. There was some stuff I've noticed from early 90s white dwarfs that were in there, but they were intermingled and rebased with all the newer stuff, and the way they were painted, they looked like they were all part of the same set.
Yeah,
which was nice.
Which is nice in a way, but I would have liked to have also seen them in their sort of classic colour schemes.
Yeah, definitely.
Painted as they were back in the day. Back in the day.
Also, I like the fact that you could tell it was stuff that was like miscasts or whatever. Great recycling use for like the bottoms of dioramas. There was one, and it was, for those who know the lore, the Istan drop site massacre. That's phenomenal. And for someone who's a 40k lore nut, you'll enjoy that one. Just dead bits of knights everywhere, titans just destroyed, little marines popping in and out trying to... Oh, that was good. Enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you're on about.
Well, see, I remember, because that was the one I mentioned to you. I was like, oh, the Istan drop site massacre, and you were like, it's just all broken robots. Like, where is everything? I was like, that's the point, man. That's the point.
Just looked like they set a child out with a hammer.
Yeah, it just looked like a Titan's graveyard and dead marines everywhere. Really good.
Some money's worth of miniatures there just to be smashed up.
Yeah, but it was good because some of them you could tell that was a miscast.
Yeah,
great reuse. Like the orc one downstairs by the shop with the submarine. You just got and then they had this cutaway and there's this fish just swimming in there because why not? And then this like graveyard of robots and bits of stuff because they're all fighting on the ice up above, and it's like an orc sub pen, World War II sub pen with stuff coming out of the walls. It was pretty cool. That was a very interesting one. And like you said, you could see some of them. They positioned them so the miscasts were like up against the wall of the diorama, so you couldn't see the light, etc. Which, like you said, clever way of doing it. Yeah, definitely. Was there any that stood out for you? Any displays?
Right. I will say that this is like 3 weeks after we've been.
Yeah. We've slept since then. Yeah.
So my memory's now reset. It's like.
Did you take any pictures?
No.
Oh, okay. See, I took a few pictures, so I've been reminiscing on them and been like, oh yeah, I remember.
No, I was a good boy. I think if I took pictures, I might end up putting them on my channel. So I thought, no, I won't even take the pictures, so they won't tempt me to put them on the channel.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I am a person who cannot resist the temptation of that. But no, I'm trying to think of the ones in there. Like, obviously, like I said, the fantasy ones obviously called to me more than the. I did like the one with the pink squigs. That was a nice one.
Yeah. Someone had their army on display, and it was neon pink squigs. Yeah. Which you now have a miniature that you've got to paint for your wife because she loved it.
Yeah, my wife made the mistake of saying she loved the look of it, so a kindly giant bought her the miniature.
Well, I knew you weren't going to, so I was like,
which unfortunately I have to paint
because I bought myself the Harbinger of Decay, which I still haven't unboxed or painted yet. Along with my Mortarian, and then I saw the Squig rider, and I was like, "Yeah, that's Welsh's. He's got to paint that for the missus."
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, but it's got to be good. That is, and she wanted that. Because what was that army? It was like, because this is down by the shop now. Where was it? It wasn't because the Squigs were up. I think up by the plate area. But there was one we saw, and it was like bugs and trees and stuff, but they were done like synthwave neon.
Oh yeah.
Just hit you as you looked at it. Really good paint job.
Yeah, it was very
like electric blues and pinks on fantasy miniatures, but it worked.
It looked like you were tripping. It felt like you were tripping.
Yeah.
Really surreal looking, and
because those cabinets were good. Seeing how people took on. Sort of their take on the armies and how they're painted.
Yeah.
And some of those were high quality as well.
Yeah, I think they could have done a bit more of that, maybe.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
That would have been quite interesting. Yeah. And then maybe even put who did them so that you can follow them on, whatever social media. But
because they did organise, like it was organised. So like the old world stuff, you'd have Bretonnians, Empire, Orcs. So you could see each of the armies in their own cabinets. It's one of the things I enjoyed about the 40k bit and the pre-heresy bit, because you got all of the chapters, so all the heresy stuff, and then all the newer stuff with all the successor chapters on there. And it was funny because you didn't. I was just pointing out, we don't like them, do we, Ross? You're like, nope, but we like them ones, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we like them. They're bright yellow. They're fun.
Apparently, we like these ones, and we don't like those.
Yep.
What I've learned is just to say yes to you at this point.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah.
Once we get to the 40k and all, I just sure, why not?
I was the Imperial Fist stuff looked good. I've always liked the arrogance of a sci-fi army in bright yellow armor, just walking in. I don't care if you can see me. We're on a jungle world. Keep the armor. Let's go. I love the arrogance of it. But it was cool. They even had the old Tycho. They've got a Captain Tycho miniature, Dante. These are all characters that are no longer in the lore because they died in the stories, but they've got the miniatures still, which was nice. It's cool little nods to the lore, man.
I think that I could tell that by the people around us. They were very much into the lore and
chatting about it. And
they were explaining things that the other person didn't know to them, and you could. It was almost infectious. It was almost infectious.
I'll get you into the heresy. That's fun. That's just a good laugh. You ain't got to buy anything. Just listen to the books. It's good. But yeah, it was good, man. One thing I didn't like, I have to be honest. Now, it's when you walk in, it's cool. So it's on 3 tiers with a spiral staircase.
I was wondering if we're going to get to this.
Oh, yeah. So this is a giant diorama of Chaos versus Space Marines with everything in between. It is huge. I think the tallest spire's got to be 18 feet tall, 20 feet?
20 foot maybe.
Easily. Yeah. And you sort of go down and around, and it's a big bloody table. Big diorama, and the idea is as well, there's this little game, if you spot the Imperial Assassin you get a prize. 2 things. 1, at the desk, that's absolutely fine that I'm told about it, I knew about it anyway. Tell me what assassin I'm looking for, because there's 4 and it could be any one of them. That's a bit annoying, so at least tell me which one. Secondly, the lighting, man, because you've got this ambient soundtrack of gunfire and stuff, which helps. And you've got these cool mood lights where it goes red then green. There's just bits of that miniature you can't see. It's really annoying. And there are some areas. The barrier is close enough, that close, and I could pick up a miniature or break it off. Which obviously don't do that. No. People watching, don't do that. I don't G-double knocking my door. But there was, it was hard to just look at the miniatures as a whole, which would have been nice if they'd have just done a bit where you just get 10 minutes of just normal lighting, just so you could admire it. Because there were things lost in the colours of the lighting a little bit.
Because it was almost strobing at one point. It was,
it's strange.
Yeah, and we won't mention how long you spent there trying to look into every nook and cranny. I'm going to find this. Was that something I didn't know? That's not it.
I really did, yeah. I proper looked for those. I mean, the thing is, though, that table must be 20 foot by 10 foot, and then the highest point's about 20 foot high. You ain't finding it. Unless you've cheated and looked online or something. You ain't finding it. It's mad. And there is so much stuff. When you get to the bottom level, there's this one part, and it's just the big ruins, and all you're seeing is the back of them. You can't even see the battlefield. But even in there's little figures fighting through the halls, and it's oh, that looks cool. And I wish I could have took photos. Yeah. Well, photos that I can put up for people to see.
Okay, so with that diorama, there's a few things I would think is one.
I know one's going to be. Come on, yeah.
It needs a good dust.
There it is. Yeah. It does.
It seemed to be I know it's maybe this is a war zone. But
no, they were cobwebs.
Yeah. It didn't even look like it was cement dust anymore. It was just a good 2mm thick worth of dust, and it's like, I know it must be hell to try and clean this thing, but give it some
look at a
respect.
leaf blower or something, just blast it. Because all the minis are stuck down, so just blow the dust out everywhere else. Get an extractor fan. I don't know, yeah, but yeah, like some of the cabinets as well, the tops just hadn't been cleaned. A couple of the sort of glass or perspex it was behind, the handprints on them, it was like, oh, okay. Send someone around with the duster.
After the love that they've sort of used to make these things, you would think that they would give them a bit more love to it. Make basic maintenance on them. Which. Yeah. So that was my first thing. The second thing, the lighting in that big hall with that big display. That was just. It was quite obnoxious, to be honest. The lighting. It was. Maybe some sort of lighting effects on the board would have been quite nice. Like little explosions, little light flashes or whatever. That would have been quite nice. But it was almost like disco lights going off in there. And it was like literally being in a disco, because you have these bright lights flashing, but it's really dark in there, so you can only kind of pick out what's happening. And it's maybe that's an old man thing, but
no, I think that's completely fair. And I actually, you saying about having like little theatric lights of explosions and stuff, I'm thinking of the Imperial War Museum has or had, because it's been years since I've been, but they had I want to say it was North Africa, and then there was a World War trench one, and there were these little flashlights that go off. It's only nothing major, but it was just enough to set the ambience off.
Yeah. Because the sound effects were pretty decent, the shooting and the sort of shouting and what I was going to say screaming, but there probably wasn't any screaming. that was probably my soul doing that screaming. Especially when you look at it and you think, so that's where my money goes when I buy GW miniatures.
I mean, maybe they'll update it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I don't think so. I think that's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Judging by the...
Because you can see how they've made it. There's like a massive bridge that goes to like the city bit, and there's this big battlefield, and you can see the trench is human-sized.
Yeah.
And the drop for you to get in and put miniatures on and stuff. So.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they move these Imperial assassins around, or I'm not sure.
You're back to your Imperial.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because I would assume so. Because at one point, Welsh will tell you, my logic was like, I'm going to hang around here a bit and just look, because you'd have to get in there to move stuff around. So maybe he's around here, and then I'm looking at stuff that's just within arm's reach. Because like, well, you're not climbing on the table to put an assassin in the middle of the battlefield, unless he's there all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in that room.
This is what it was like going around with crafting.
Fair play for the patience
My
you and your wife.
probably wouldn't fit in that little gap. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably inside a building or inside a wreckage or somewhere where they know the light isn't cast very often. I think that's kind of what's going to be.
Yeah, I mean it was cool, but it would have been nice to see it just lit normal. Because all the other displays to that point, you can see everything in them.
Yeah, if anything, there were bright lights on them, so you museum-like, you can see every detail. It was really nice. But that one room, then it just goes.
Yeah. And that's not for the finding the assassin thing. It was just to see that in all its glory, fully lit, would be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
Because there are some bits like there's a tower, and there's a chaplain leading a assault squad, which are the jump pack marines, against this chaos, and it's just this standalone little battle, and you can make it out, and you're like, oh, and you can tell they're painted well. But you never got to like fully enjoy it. No,
that is the thing, is because it was so large, and then it was dimly lit. You couldn't see all the detail that you want to see in that thing, because it is beautiful. It would be, amazing. But I think.
Because it is hard to explain the size. To get that across, it is massive. Yeah, huge display.
Yeah, it's hard to describe how big this bloody thing was. It was, and it's like in a stairwell. Yeah,
so wraps around.
And you wrap around and you go
three platforms that you can stand on.
Yeah. And it was clever how they built it into like the building. They used the space of the building to put this
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it was well thought out how they did it. So that was there's another good point for you, GW.
Yeah, I tell you what, if they've got, I would genuinely pay money for this. If they've got footage, almost like documentary style, of how they built that, I would pay to watch that. Because I'd find
like
that fascinating.
Like a Weta workshop.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Lord of the Rings extended discs, because that's a watch within itself. You don't have to watch films.
Yeah, even I would think about buying that, to be honest. If they made a DVD of, you know, this is how we made it, this is what it looks like, you know, move the cameras around it. And I think they're afraid that if they did something like that, people wouldn't go there to see these things. But it's always completely different when you go in real life to see something than seeing it on the screen. You're never going to get the same feeling from, you know...
And I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube of people from America, Europe, who have come to Nottingham.
Yeah.
Because it's not really down the road from me. Turned out it was quite a drive, considering I'm also in the Midlands, but it was a bit of a bugger to get there. But people have come from abroad just to see it.
There were a lot of people from abroad there when we were there.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
There was quite a mix of accents.
Yeah, it was good, man.
And there was me.
What do you think of Bugman's Bar?
Okay,
I've got a positive and a negative about it.
Okay, for me, that was probably right. Prices were good.
Yeah, I've got to say, fantastic for the drinks and food and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. I was waiting for us to be fleeced.
Like £5 for a bottle of Coke or something. No, normal pricing. It was lovely. Yep. Yeah.
When they said how much it was like, what? Oh, wow. Okay, I'll put my credit card.
Have I ordered a Coke can this big? Like, oh no, it's a full can. It's a full bottle. Yep.
So prices were really decent enough. We didn't eat there, but I'm assuming if the drinks were, you know, reasonable, I'm assuming the food would have been as well, you know, for that sort of thing. I
saw, like, on the one side they had like brownies and stuff and cobs, £2-3 quid, which is, to be fair, cheaper than you would pay at a Costa.
Yeah.
So pricing was good, to be fair.
Yeah. So the actual ambience, right. So
should we describe what it's supposed to be?
Okay, yeah. So it's supposed to be a fantasy dwarven pub, is it? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Bugman's Bar.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like carved stonework, wooden beams, and you know, shields, swords on the wall.
There's a treasure chest. Tankards.
Yeah.
They've got what I thought was quite cool. Them old plastic swords we played with as kids, which they've to be fair, they've repainted them and they look all right. But they are those old plastic swords, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Okay,
I quite like that.
I looked at those and felt like when we go with my children to like a children's play place, this is the fantasy themed children's play place, and it felt like that to me. It felt like the stonework which is carved into the things. I've seen better behind certain YouTubers using it.
I think it's like vacuum form stuff.
Yeah, it kind of looked. Like I said, like my kids were going to a soft play area or something. So, personally, the theme and all just didn't work for me. It just looked... Yeah.
So, similar to yourself for me. So I went in there and there's the cool little bits and you go, oh, yeah, that's... I was expecting like ambient music, dwarven, I don't know, musical stuff. The seating, everything was all nice laid out. It was nice to be in. But yeah, it didn't really feel like a dwarven bar. And the outside bit is weird. So they've got like this big ornate. I think they're working on it because I think it has had an update from what my friend was saying because it was closed when they went. So they are working on it. But the outside bit is, it looks like an ornate old sort of, what era is it with the black, the black cladding and the whitewash walls.
Like Tudor.
Tudor, yes. It's got like that. It's all built up, but then there's this big wall that hides half of it because that's the shop. which was a bit strange. And then it looks like they're working on the outside bit. And when you go in, there's like a weird disconnect between. So that half's the Bugman's, and this half we've just got loads of 40k prints and Warhammer prints. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
but it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, it was clean. It was, you know, the staff were friendly.
Staff were brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Pricing was fantastic. There was a nice outside seating bit which we didn't use, but that would have been cool.
Yeah,
yeah. It was nice.
The staff should have been dressed up as dwarves, though. Come on, big beards and.
Oh, it was quite hot that day. you were proper complaining about the heat.
I don't know what.
But yeah, it just I thought maybe a bit more LARPy it was going to be, but it was still cool.
It did feel like cheap LARPing instead of like one of these big, Renaissance fairs. It didn't feel like that. It felt more like this was an afterthought a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a skin on a nice coffee shop type thing.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get big wooden tankards to drink your latte out of or whatever. Which is what I was kind of expecting, which I know sounds absolutely ridiculous now, but it's kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah, but a plastic tankard would have done, Yeah. They didn't have tankards full stop.
No, it was just a nice coffee shop's meets bar with a fantasy skin over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was not what I was expecting, but it was still, I still enjoyed it, to be fair.
Well, there you go. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, soft play area for the children. That's why you enjoyed.
Carry on, old man. Carry on.
have you noticed I've grown my wizened beard?
Yeah, you've grown it. Yeah. This is accidentally going to because I shaved this off, but I sneezed while I was trimming it. I was like, well, that's all coming off now. I'm not copying you. That's what I've got to go to.
Yeah.
And then lastly, the shop.
Yeah. Okay, so where are you going with the shop? Go on.
Right. Beautifully laid out.
Mm-hmm.
Staff really helpful. While I didn't interact with them, apart from when I bought stuff, I could hear them talking to customers, and they were going above and beyond. Like, fantastic.
Yeah.
Why? At Warhammer World, and this is also after we came out and we noticed the big headquarter building's right opposite, like 20 metres away, if that.
Yeah.
Why is that like most of the stuff out of stock, man? Because for those who've been to a Games Workshop or a Warhammer shop, as it's now called, they have these black boxes that sort of bulk the shelves out, and then they'll have one on the front. There's loads of them, and there's loads of empties, and I was like, "What? How are you out of stuff? This is the HQ." I know they're not made in that place over it, but that's where marketing would be, and you get all the deliveries in to be sent out and stuff. It's not their main depot, obviously, but surely this is your flagship
store.
Well, it is sort of it, yeah. But it's like, and also I'm guessing maybe it's because they don't do a lot of business there, as opposed to some of the bigger stores around the country, maybe. Because this is it's as if you're going to Warhammer World, you're going to go to that shop. But yeah, it was just surprising, just so many empties, and I was just like, I would say about a third of the stock wasn't there, and it just blew my mind. I was like, wow, okay. This is crazy. And yet certain stuff, like, and I don't know whether this is because these games just aren't selling as well, but Horus Heresy, tons of that. Yeah. The new Epic 30k stuff, tons of that. The individual games, there was like 3 or 4 on a shelf, but your bread and butter, like, I don't know, Space Marine Tactical Squad, Fantasy Orcs, one box, if you were lucky. Very strange. Very strange.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That was one thing I did notice. It was like I went over to the Necromunda thing. I was drawn to that. So, and it was the same there. It was like they might have had 2 boxes, and then it was just the filler behind it. It's very strange. You felt like I've been to better stocked non-GW stores that sell GW. It was very strange, very odd.
Yeah, strange one. But I mean, they had the whole range potentially was there of absolutely everything.
And I think maybe as well they had a lot of the more expensive stuff they did have in store.
You conspiratorial old man.
Which
Isn't it all expensive?
Well, yes, but you know.
But yeah, there was. Yeah, I mean, there was a wall. For me, I was happy. There was a wall of all the Primarchs for 30k.
Yeah.
And I was just like, looking at, please say you've got more. Oh, you've got 20. Yeah, I'll have one of them.
But see, they had 20 exactly,
Yeah.
because he was a less frugal buy than the other stuff.
We were 86 quid for what is effectively a 54mm miniature. What's wrong with that? No, it's the one model I've always wanted, so I was like, I'm buying it.
If it made you happy.
It did. Very, very happy.
It made you happy.
Yeah.
So happy you chopped his hand off.
Oh yeah, I'm reposing him because he's my Mortarian. He's better now. He's got all sorts on him. But I remember your face on that. He was like, you're chopping up an 80 yeah. Keep bashing him, mate. Adding bits on. Let's go. Taking all them vents off. We don't need them.
I was like the disappointed or disapproving grandfather then.
And there was that game which you and your wife go on, just buy it. There was 2 minis in that box and I fell in love with them. They were cool minis. And you were like, yeah, buy the box, and it was 180 quid for 2 minis. The rest of them I probably would have painted, but
we were that close to getting it.
I'm so glad I didn't buy it because I watched a review on the game and apparently it's dog shit. It's actually the guy reckons it was written using AI or something, because you can actually, the very first mission you can break it and never win. And I was like, oh dear. And there's certain cards you pick up that you never use.
Can you imagine how bad we would have felt if we persuaded you to buy that?
I mean, I'd have had 2 very cool minis. So, but
to be fair, that's not far off what you paid for your one anyway. So you know.
But he's special,
and he's a little bit bigger. But you know, hey.
Yeah. But yeah, I like, and there was some cool little display cabinets in there of people's paint jobs, which some of them, wow, it's crazy, man. And I really wish they'd just tell you who the artist is. Because they might have a YouTube handle or something I can go and follow, or a Facebook, and be like, hey dude, can I get some tips? Because I saw your paint jobs at Warhammer World and it's amazing.
Well, yeah, you know. And it wouldn't hurt them either, because it wouldn't be taking anything away from Warhammer to recognise the artist, because you know that all they're going to do is push people towards them by thinking how brilliant this miniature is, or you know, how beautiful it is. So
yeah, exactly.
I honestly don't understand it. I do not understand that.
But yeah, it was. That's Warhammer World. Now, my opinion's changed a little bit because we went out into the car park and we sat by the car and we spoke about it a little bit. Which I'll go through what I said at the time, but my opinion's actually changed. As yours?
I don't think so.
Okay. So
right. So yes, we sat on the rim of my car for a good half hour discussing what we thought of Warhammer World, like a couple of old codgers.
Sitting in the car park, at one point we were considering breaking into the other building because that's where all the offices are.
Oh yeah,
there'd have been some cool stuff in there.
With the huge golden aquila on it, and yes, you could tell wwho the peons were and who the boss.
I love it. You were literally going like, all of these cars are brand new.
And even the was it Deliveroo guy came along on his bike and he's like, oh,
did you? Oh man, but yeah. So my initial, yeah. I remember we spotted that Tesla. You were like, "Oh, that's the boss's car," because I think it was like a 24 plate as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
very new.
Top of the line Tesla.
Yeah. My initial reaction when we came out was, I felt a bit lackluster. I was like, oh, it didn't quite hit the way I built it up in my head.
Yeah,
and I was overall slightly disappointed. Was my initial reaction when we were by the car. Now, since then, looking through my photos again, I am also planning to go back up there at some point before Christmas. I don't know when, but I'm actually more. I'm not as disappointed as my initial reaction, because looking back at the pictures, I was like, oh, actually, you know what? There's a lot of stuff there that's inspirational. There's some really cool things there to see. For someone like myself, and this is perhaps where we have the difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Who's into the lore, especially the 40k stuff and the 30k stuff, I loved. Because there's certain things I was like, that's cool, that's from the books, there's these characters and whatnot. Some of the paint jobs, and this is something really weird to say, but a traditional GW paint job on the box, right? It's edge lined, edge highlighted up to the kazoo. It's the perfect paint job. Almost looks, and I'm not saying it is, but almost looks computer generated. It's that good, right? There was, and again, this is what I'd love to know who the artist is to give him praise. So I don't know if you know this character is Sanguinius.
He's the Mexican one, right?
No. So he's the Primarch of the Blood Angels. He's basically this big angel, and his Forge World 30k miniature. Because Forge World's not a thing now. So basically, his version of the same scale as my Mortarian.
Okay.
It's a beautiful miniature, and someone had painted him in non-metallic metal, but with no edge highlighting. Done it in a very unique, distinct style in one of the main cabinets, and I was just like, wow. And it was things like that afterwards I've thought about, going, that's so cool that someone's gone, I'm not going to do it the way you said. This is yellows and browns and not just gold armour, because he should be wearing like full gold armour and stuff.
Right. Okay.
And then I was thinking there's more miniatures I spotted in the photos at the back that were painted differently to the GW box art, and I thought that was quite nice. That it wasn't just, we're going to show you what you've already seen in all the boxes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of style and difference there.
This comes back to what I was saying. They were given quite a bit of like artistic leeway, I think, the displays were, which surprised hell out of me, to be honest. I didn't think they would be,
Yeah, it was good, man. And so for me, this last 3 weeks, sort of thinking about it, I've gone up a little bit from where I was.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those, weirdly. I think you have to do a second visit because there's so much to take in. You can't take it in.
Yeah.
And if I go again, I am going to photo absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So I can just sit and look. Yeah. Again, bloody annoying because I wish I could show you guys. Because I think a lot people would see it and be like, even if you're just into miniature painting and not necessarily GW, I think you'd look at it and go, oh, well, let's go.
Yeah,
that's an experience.
I think so. I think it would drive people there. But GW or GW.
I'll hashtag them in. Get to come and listen to it.
Yeah. We love you. Hey. Okay, so my opinion. So I left feeling like, was that it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing the displays. I think they're really nice. And I could recognize the skill and the artistry that went into them. And I really did like that. I felt that they were maybe a little bit disrespected in that they weren't being kept up to cleaned and they weren't, being looked after as well as I feel like they should be. If it was a piece of art, like in a museum, people would be looking after that thing, making sure that thing doesn't get any dust on it. It's not being treated like that, and that wounds me a little bit as a creator.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's another podcast idea. There is miniature painting art.
Okay, we'll come back to that one. Yep. It left me feeling a little bit like maybe it's seen better days. I think if you enjoy the stories and the lore, I think, of course, you're going to get a lot more out of it than I do. Because you're going to, like you did, you look at the displays and you go, oh, that's this scene or that.
There was one... So this display had couple of storm talons landed on the pads. There's like a big hangar, and there were rows of Cadian troopers marching out. But you had on this side, it was cool. There was an Imperial Fist, an Inquisitor, some like lords of whatever this planet. And it was a really cool. It was like a nice look of this is what it's like when there's no war, because everything is just war in 40k. That was a really nice. And the thing with that particular display for me, you could tell it was one of the new ones because there's newer kits in there, and the paint jobs were phenomenal. And it looked like a lot of effort had gone on for all of them.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I actually remember the one you're on about now.
Yeah, really nice that was. But yeah, overall, I'm happier than when I first left. And I think I'll probably go again just to try and take, because there's a lot to take in.
There's a lot to take in, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. It was an experience, and it's one that I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
So even as a person who's not into, the 40k and the Warhammer World and Warhammer whatever, even I went away thinking, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah. There's I've lost my train of thought. Oh no. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh well. Completely gone. That's just gone. I don't know what that was.
Give it a second.
I'll just sit in silence. It's going to make for good podcast, this, isn't it? Me just sitting there going, what was I going to say? What was I going to say? No, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, it was a good experience. It was good. Overall, it was very, very good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Would you go again?
Would I go again? It's quite far from me.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah.
If it was down the road, if it was like an hour away from me, yeah, I would go again.
Yeah.
So if you live in like the Midlands area, I could see why you would go. Go there every now and again, even yearly. Maybe I would think about going. Because I could see it as a good place to go to invigorate sort of your creativity. Because you can see stuff that might spark your imagination, etc.
Yeah. I hope they update the dioramas as well. And someone goes around with the duster.
Yeah.
Because the top of the plastic cabinets need just a wipe.
Now, see, I didn't see the top of the cabinets because.
There's a tiny man, tiny man. That photo of us outside. That rhino's meant for you.
They could fit at least 20 of us in there.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 of you.
Yeah. When looking at the old push fit Space Marine giant version, I was like, I could go in that panorama and it'd work. It'd be the right size.
Yeah, it wouldn't have much padding in that armour to have your height and all in there. Okay.
Mates always said I'm a Space Marine, so
yeah.
But
all you need is some 80s shoulder pads, and you would have the Space Marine down.
Yeah, man. Just those little inlays in the top there, just
power shoulders.
Yeah, I really hope they update it and add some more stuff or change out some of the dioramas. I'm assuming, I don't know how it works. Do they have a team who are purely working on that, or I don't know? I
got a feeling maybe the dioramas that don't change very often.
No,
I think maybe the army display case, maybe.
Yeah. So that last Orc one with the submarine when we came out just before the shop, that was a new addition because it had some of the new Orc vehicles from the Armageddon box set.
That was kind of separate from the other ones.
Yeah, so. And it was the only one roped off as well, which was strange.
Yeah.
And I was guessing it was because of the new Armageddon vehicles that were on there. But yeah,
who knows?
Overall, it was alright, man. It was good. And obviously, got to meet yourself.
Yeah.
That was part of the trip.
Trip. It was a real trip.
I just love how it was like, we'll do Warhammer World, and I'm like, well, Nottingham, that's not that far from here. I basically live just outside of, about 10 miles outside of Birmingham. And it took us a while. And the traffic wasn't crazy busy.
Terrible.
But it was like, fucking hell, where are we driving to?
Yeah, it did feel like Frodo made it to Mordor quicker, but
It's crazy. It was like, at one point, I'm like, we've been on the road 2 hours, how are we not there yet? And your sat nav's going, it's about another hour left. I'm like, fuck off, no way. No way. Where is this? They said Nottingham.
Yeah. But it was it was good to meet you two, actually in person. I think people were surprised that was our first time of actually meeting, because we're forever shooting the shit.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our take on Warhammer World.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
That what you want.
Yeah, enjoy it or not. It's up to you, people who are listening to this.
I think most people would enjoy it. There you go.
Yeah, and I don't think we've been too bad.
I think we've been pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I'll tell you what, this is going to sound such a silly thing to big up, but genuinely, every staff member there was fantastic. Like enthusiastic, but not quite enthusiastic as in the shops where you're going to buy all this stuff, aren't you? But they were enthusiastic about it, and that was cool, and it was nice. That was refreshing. I never felt like I was put on. And then when I went and bought my stuff, because I had to go to that other till, there was a young guy there who was chatting to someone, and I was just looking at I hadn't even seen more to the Matarian box at that point, and he just went, "Oh, hang on a second," because he was with another staff member. "Are you okay there, mate? Can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, just looking for Mortarian." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'll get you one. We'll ring it up now." Like, brilliant, thank you. It was just little things like, I know that sounds really, and that should be standard in shops today, but it was nice. It was refreshing.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that.
So 10 out of 10 for your staff, GW.
Yeah, just label the displays
and have more stock.
Yeah,
and tell me who the artist is. And just go around with a speed duster every so often. And what was yours? And what?
Knock your prices down.
Yeah, it's a weird one, man.
And a few less Teslas in the car park.
Because like the stuff I've been painting recently, like a box of Death Guard, I think is about 30 quid. So it's roughly £4 a model, which it actually isn't that bad. But then Mortarion is £100 for one model, and yes, he's bigger, but I'm like, ugh. Yeah. But fuck it.
Yeah.
I bought the 30k one. I was like, right, I want the Demon Prince one there.
He can't go anywhere without his future self.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it, and I'll definitely do it again at some point. Before we wrap up, any news? Anything you want to talk about with channels and stuff?
No, I'm good.
Rip. Okay, I'll talk about Welsh's channel. So he's been live streaming a lot recently, and it's been fun. You've got a nice little community building who are on the Discord as well. And we're all sharing pictures and stuff. Absolutely nothing from him. It's alright, Welsh, I'll plug you. It's alright, mate. Your channel. I'll plug your channel.
That was a slip.
That would be a slip. Wow. That's like 2 litres of water in an hour. This is too much. But yeah. Do you want to tell them about your channel? Would you like to?
No, I'm good.
You absolute fucking bellend. Oh man. I've plugged your channel on my last video as well.
I know. I plug your. I'll plug your stuff. Crafty is currently doing live streams.
Well, I've done 2.
So you've done 2, yeah, and they're very informative. It's good to be able to see him paint a miniature and take his time to explain what he's doing without having to edit it, etc. So it's really nice. So if you want to tune in to Crafty's live streams,
absolutely right. Okay, I'm gonna do a proper plug for yours then. Okay, keep going. This is what it's come to.
There you go. So yeah, find Crafty on the Crafty Mini. Well, actually, you watching his channel, so you probably know where to find him.
Oh, unless this has randomly popped up, then come and subscribe. Let's get to 1,000.
Yeah, come on. He's almost worth 1,000.
The paint streams are they? I'm not going to comment on that. What you do? I did hear it. I'm not going to comment. I'm better than that. I won't go to your level.
You can't get down to my level.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my knees would give out. Yeah, are the paint streams informative? Because my idea is to try and teach things. And really, all I've taken away from it is lovely people coming to say hello. And then the one comment you did last time was, bloody hell, you paint quick. I was just like, yeah, I suppose I do. I don't know. Is this quick?
Yeah. For your detail, you paint very quick. Oops. That was just my joint squeaking, don't worry. I would say the live streams. No offense to your nicely, edited stuff. I get more out of your live streams than I do out of your edited stuff because you can take time. You answer my questions if I, ask why you use a wet palette.
Because you should. It's better. You know this. I've told you this several times, Welsh. Use a wet palette. You don't just deploy your best forces in an army, in a battle, for just every so often when you want it. You deploy them every time. Absolute. But yeah, go and check out Welsh. His channel, he's got his live streams. Discord is a lot of fun. There's some cool characters on there, and they're starting to open up a little bit now. We're sharing pictures of paint jobs and things, which is cool. It's good fun. So yeah, keep that going.
I will. I'm enjoying it.
Good. Anything else you'd like to add before we say goodbye?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll tell you what, it's like pulling bloody teeth. This is bloody.
It's quite funny to see you just stop and.
Well, he said no. I'm like, what I was expecting just at least a 30-second to a minute little rant, and then I can go. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's it, I suppose. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.